Yo, what's going on, guys? In today's video, we were doing a live commentary on exactly what strategy I use to win a lot of the games when I'm trying to win or I have a win challenge from chat. Rather than going for a super high kill aggressive game, this strategy is going to help you win more games in Warzone, guaranteed, or your view back, baby. You guys got to try this out. Please enjoy the gameplay. I am going to be trying to do more like informative style games like this, and I also do these live as well on my Twitch channel at twitch.tv/rallied. So I hope you guys enjoy, and I hope you guys learn something. If you are yet to get your first win, I really do hope that this method does help you out. Thank you guys all for watching. You look freaking incredible, and I hope to see you soon, man. Please subscribe to the channel if you are new. You won't regret it. You have a good freaking day. Take care. Deuces. All right, guys. So if you are trying to get your first win in Warzone Solos, you're going to want it to land somewhere on the outskirts near a buy station, preferably, so you have a sense of direction on where to rotate after you get 6K for a UAV. So since this is in the path, and if I want to avoid some fights, Arsenal pretty much has some pretty juicy loot. I'm going to go ahead and pick Arsenal to land at, because there's a lot of money at Arsenal, and there are usually buy stations nearby as well. We got 2 here to work with. Going to loot all this stuff up. Get a UAV, and then we could play aggressively once we have a sense of direction of where those players are, because you're gonna have the advantage going into that fight. That UAV trick I also do as well to see how many people are landing nearby is once I pull my chute here, I'm gonna L2 and see if I got any company. Got this dude right here. Try to keep a mental note of where people are landing near you. I'd probably even pistol this guy if I really wanted to, but I'm gonna let that guy go. You actually don't want to be attack sprinting as much, because you do want to be using your headset here to try to maybe hear some footsteps. You know for a fact there are gonna be people at those hot locations, like that big ass building to my left. Be sure you're not non-stop sprinting and taking time to like actually sit there and sound and hear for footsteps. That's a crate in the bathroom, I think. All right, now that we're very close to UAV, got a daddy. So if you want to get like as much of an advantage as possible in your fights, get yourself a daddy or get yourself something of that nature. Good guns. And then finally, once you're ready, make your way towards the buy station. Got a guy on the left. We now know where he's at. This is what we got that daddy for. We know that he closed that too. I hear his footsteps since I have daddy. He's in this left here. Almost could honestly pre-fire that, since I'm 100% sure he's there. The reason that silence is so good is you could hear footsteps as you're actually pushing somebody. So right there, as I was pushing him, I was actually listening for footsteps as well. And now that we have the UAV, we have the guaranteed information. This guy's landing up to the right. We got 2 guys over here. Not opposed to pushing this. I believe this guy's up on their roof. Got that guy. Now bear in mind, this is playing pretty aggressive. I'm playing passively, but I'm picking my my fights intelligently. I'm picking the fights that I have a high percentage chance to win. Once again, we're just going to keep recycling this UAV strategy. We're kind of looting around this buy station, making sure we got money before our next push. Now we have a UAV again. And when you're rotating around the map, honestly, use the cover of buildings and other things of that nature to really be sure that you're minimizing your chance of getting shot in the butt while you're rotating out. Like, I could have ran out in the open and ran to that building, but instead I'm going to choose to be in the building. I'm going to look around a little bit. I have that UAV to work with too. And honestly, now that we know the coast is clear, we can go out in the open, kind of play a little bit more risky. But we have ourselves a truck. So vehicles are going to be your best friend for solos in particular. We're not going to be pushing any of these fights. These guys probably camping, waiting for us. We're actually going to be going towards this bounty here. And we're going to start building up our bounty multiplier and our contract multiplier. So now just bear in mind that people could be anywhere now because our UAV did run out. And this is a guy that was actually camping the building in the first place. So we're actually not even going to fight this guy. We got another buy station here to work with. So we're going to just loot up for another UAV. We know that they cannot have ghosts until the first loadout drops. So we're 100% in the clear. If you call in a UAV, unless they have specialists, you will know 100% where everyone is around you. So be sure you use that to your advantage. Kind of just, you know, investigate, see if any doors are open. Looks like this buy station wasn't even used. So for the most part, I'm going to bet that nobody really hit this yet, since it wasn't really in the zone either. Or in the flight path, I'm sorry. Right there, you could probably rotate with the truck instead of what I'm doing. As you see, I'm rotating out in the open. If there is a guy camping here, I would have been dead. But use those vehicles to rotate around the map so you have that cover. A vehicle is pretty much moving cover. A Bren. I honestly prefer the SCG just because of the ADS time right now. But when it comes to loadout, I would definitely prefer the Bren. And I think we get one more UAV here. And we get to see where everyone is before we do anything. Well, everyone nearby. So we're calling in the UAV for information. And nobody nearby at all, actually. So we could go ahead and just hit our loadout for free. You gotta really try to flip this big. I'm not gonna lie. She don't like to be flipped. You don't need Hercules to flip her, so don't be afraid to drive off cliffs with this thing. I don't know if they had, maybe they had no gravity on this island or something. I don't know what's going on, but you have this red dot on this guy here. I'm just letting the bounty maybe get poached or just run out because I don't want to push a guy that's camping waiting for me if I'm trying to play for the win here. A big shout as well are these supply crates. You can get UAVs, self-reses. Oh, we got a guy landing here. This is a fight that we could take. Got a guy landing here. That's a pretty straightforward kill. These supply drop contracts are super good. They get your multiplier up real fast, and they also have some really good loot for you as well. We actually didn't see... Yep, we didn't see any red dots on this side, so for the most part, this could be safe to loot. Don't get too overzealous. Once again, guys, like we did before, you want to still be hearing, listening for those footsteps every now and then. Don't just sprint all the time. If you sprint all the time, you're gonna get caught out eventually, and you're gonna die, and you're gonna say, "Where's my footstep audio?" But in actuality, you were literally running around the entire time, so no, you didn't hear his footsteps. Don't blame the footstep audio. Blame you running around in circles. All right. We're gonna go and get the supply drop. See where it takes us. All right, it actually takes us in the direction of the guy that was there earlier. I believe there is a guy close to here. We saw him on the mini map earlier, so just make a mental note of that. Like we said before, incredible loot coming out of this stuff. I actually prefer having the munitions because I like having... Actually, there's a current event going on. We don't really need the munitions. If this event wasn't going on right now, then I would prefer munitions to have that stim. And honestly, we're going to just grab another supply drop here, guys. We're in no rush at all. I think I may have seen a guy on the right. While you're driving around in a car, you have more FOV using a vehicle. So just be sure you're looking around while you're in a car, because you have a much larger line of sight in a vehicle. That's why vehicles are also really OP, because you can see things that you wouldn't be able to see on foot. We are being careful here. Right here, it's kind of risky that I'm like looking at all the loot, because we could be getting shot in the butt. Once again, we do not have that guaranteed information, so there could be people around us. And now zone 3, this is where everything changes for me. We have a little bit of a supply, what's it called? A multiplier on the contracts. We also have ourselves a fire sale. So now we are going to be guaranteed to know where everyone is on the map with only $3,600. We're going to call an advanced UAV. And now we know where everybody is on the map. So now we can even, if we want, we could fight. Or if you're playing for the dub strictly, you could play somewhere safe. Looks like zone's going to end somewhere around this middle. We know there's a dude right there. And we know there's a guy right here. I like to play a little bit more aggressive. So I'm actually going to end up pushing this guy that I just marked at. All right. Always keep that extra UAV in the pocket. And now that you had all of those contracts done, you have money to spam the UAVs here. Fortunately, this guy has a very tiny wiener, and he's going to go ahead and try to use a plane. So what we're going to do is we're just going to laser his plane up a little bit. Be sure to shoot a little bit ahead. I don't really know if he's going to come back at us, though. Since he kind of ruined our push, we're going to go and hit this big game bounty instead. Now, what a big game bounty does is as soon as you get the kill, you get an advance up. So my strategy pretty much revolves around getting big game bounties, so I know where everyone is at all times. I think we got this guy going for it. He's actually looking like he might take... Yeah, he did. So this guy took our big game bounty. We're going to grab that one instead. Once again, there's no rush here. We're playing for the dub. We're just taking our time. You don't have to be constantly doing something. You could take the time to think about what you want your next move to be. Don't force plays. Let them come to you. All right, perfect. Now when we kill this guy, we're guaranteed to know where the rest of the map is for the next 30 seconds after, I do believe. There he is out in the open. He might actually go out and peek us. I think he's behind this rock, if I saw correctly. He is behind the rock. Use that car right there as cover. And you kind of have the jump on that guy right there, because I could opt to jump out of the car, and then I have a full advantage in this guy. He has no idea when I'm going to jump out. And for me, I have the advantage because I can jump out whenever I want and then use that car as my cover. We also see this guy out in the open on the right, so we're going to go ahead and push this guy as well. This guy looks like he should be a pretty easy kill. I'm going to go ahead and hop out here. A little bit weak, and that's a pretty straightforward kill as well. So once again, these are optional fights you could take. You don't have to take that fight right there, but you know, to get an extra kill on the board, you have the advantage there. Don't be afraid to get out and challenge people. That's how you're ultimately going to improve, is taking more and more gunfights every game. If you really want to start dropping higher kill games, you're going to want to use this strategy. And if I remember correctly, there were no red dots on this side, so this cash crate is going to be safe. The reason you want to really build up that balance is so you have the option to call in advanced UAVs later as the time goes on. So right there, we got another 2 UAVs pretty much. Look at money as pretty much UAVs. And when you pop through UAVs, you know where everyone is, whether they have ghosts, no matter what perks they got. Gonna take our time and loot here as well. I'm not really sure if that plane guy's gonna come back for us. Kind of waiting to see if I see him on the minimap. He's all the way out there in the open. I'm gonna keep shooting at this guy because I feel like he's gonna be annoying late game. Also, something I do is when I see somebody that looks pretty good, I do like to put some shots into them. So they're not like, you know, they don't have a full health car late game. All right, so that guy looks like he's gonna just chill over there. Call in our Yui. If we want here, we could probably work a buy station, call in advance before we make any moves. Got one to the left and one to the right. I think I'll use the one on the right, actually. There's gonna probably be a ghosted guy here, though, so watch out. So what we do now is we use our truck as cover. I would honestly advise using the left side of the truck, so park the opposite way that I did. Because this way, when I hop in, this guy might be looking at me when I hop in. I honestly can't even see this guy. I'm not gonna lie. I think he's on the right. All right, so we're making a break for it now. How's our chance? I'm gonna go ahead and ego chow this guy. Once again, guys, that's once you get to more advanced. Right there, I went to the wrong buy station in the first place. Put myself in a really bad situation, but I knew that I had the advantage using that car to hop out and already have my aim centered on him. So he probably was not going to expect that. But to avoid that fight in the first place, go to that safe buy we marked initially. All right. Like, I kind of felt that that buy wasn't going to be safe. It was in a pretty bad spot. You don't want to be racing the gas. Now the gulag is closed. Got ourselves another UAV to call. Remember, there could be ghosted people if you only throw up one UAV. So don't rely on that one UAV too much. This guy's really enjoying himself up there, it looks like. We know the locations of two of these players. Once again, there could be more than just these two. Knocked that guy. Got that guy dead. Now we know where everyone is. We know where this guy is. We're going to pre-aim this. Pretty straightforward kill there. All right, we're in top 15. We got a big bank balance developed as well. Our truck is kind of shot, though. So we're going to go ahead and switch out our truck for this one here instead. And it looks like there's going to be a lot of commotion there on that left side arsenal. We're looking for big game bounties or buy stations, because now this is why we built up such a big bank balance. We're going to have the advantage here late game. We're going to know where everyone is by using these buy stations. So that buy station is going to be very hot because all these players are going to be rotating. We might want to work this one on the left. Use the information that you have to pick which fight you want to take. This one had less players on the left, so we're going to use this one. All right. There were two players here fighting and one rotating a little bit deeper. Still not the safest buy, honestly. We want to be very cautious here. Be constantly moving around when calling in UAVs, guys. Constantly move around. And once again, we're using that truck as cover. We now know where this guy's at. Go ahead and take the fight. We have a nade to work with as well. Throwing a nade at this guy. That's all right. We don't have to take this fight if we don't want to. Once again, we know where everyone is on the map. We're gonna see where this circle takes us. Honestly, we want to stay here, so we are gonna end up taking this fight. We want to stay here because we have control of this buy station. We win the game. I'm gonna use my stim. Break the camera on this guy. Guy's trying to throw a stun. And just like that, with that gunfight win, we should pretty much have this game in our hands. Have to really mess this one up to lose this one, guys. We got a car over here now on the left. Guy's trying to play aggressive. Gonna go ahead. I'll end another advance. And we know where this guy's location is now, too. So you're just using these advanced UAVs to really take full advantage and know where the whole map is at. We do know where this guy is. We know he's going to be up here. He might have been the guy that called in that advance as well, though, too. So we know he's in this right corner or left corner. I messed up my nade, I'm not gonna lie. We still hit him anyways. Just like that. Killed us. I mean, he tried to kill us with the freaking rocket launcher. And we have 2,700. 3 players remaining here, chat. And one more time, we're going back to the same strategy. This is why we took those fights out of all the fights. Is so we could have control of the buy station and know where everybody else is on the map. We need $300 more. Looks like there's money up here. There it is. Beautiful. All right, guys. Alrighty, and just like that, guys, that's everybody else on the map. These guys on the left are probably going to fight each other. We actually got circled. We actually have circles, so we know where everyone's going to be at. We could go ahead and get ourselves a beautiful position here. We got pretty fortunate there with the circle pull, I'm not going to lie. We know those 2 guys are right there, and the last guy's going to be coming from behind. He says we're probably going to end up shooting at each other here in a sec. Last guy's crossing the bridge over on the right. Those guys have now fought and killed each other. There he is, out in the open. That probably mounted there. That's one. Now the other guy. Using our headset to our advantage here. There he is. And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, that right there, folks, is how you get your first win on Warzone. Be sure to subscribe for more content like that. Thank you guys all for watching. And you guys have a blessed New Year's.